length down the centre of the course, coming with an electric finish. Do it again. He's coming at Rainbow Bridge. He's a board leader and he will do it again.
Always a pleasure to chat to Justin Snaith, and he's got 6 runners at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. Justin, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for your time.
Great, Graham. Lovely to be on your guys' show.
Thank you very much. We'll get straight into it. I know you're busy. 2 runners in the World Sports Betting Cup trial. Magnificent 7, who's been out of action for more than a year. And Nexus, who made a winning comeback at Kenilworth a couple of weeks ago. His first run as a gelding. So tell us about your 2 runners. Starting off with Magnificent 7. How's he doing back home?
He's doing very well. He's been off for a long time. He injured himself last year in the Vodacom Durban July prep. Very smart individual. May just need his first run back and obviously a little bit further. This is just a test run to see everything's going well. Nexus is a horse, very, very underrated horse in that I've taken my time with him. His first run back from gelding, no grass gallop, and won a pinnacle plate by a few lengths. His main aim was always the Natal Breeders' Race, but unfortunately, the stakes have been dropped by half in that race, so we might change our plan and go for, if he wins this, we may have a dip at the Vodacom Durban July. So we're just going to play it here. So we obviously rate him extremely highly, and I think certainly a horse everyone needs to watch out for on Saturday.
So obviously, given all of that you've told us, he travelled extremely well from the Western Cape up here to KZN.
Correct.
Okay, so let's move on to Eric the Red. Lots of headlines he's grabbed in a very short career. Very exciting 2-year-old. He's the winning most 2-year-old in the country. He's been well exposed, done everything you've asked of him. So I guess the question is he in the same sort of good space that he's been in when he's been down in the Western Cape preparing for his races there?
I actually think he's better. He's really taken to Natal well. The last run was a gallop. He had, there was no prep into it. We didn't have grass gallops during the lockdown, so that was his gallop. I galloped him here at Scottsville. He seemed to enjoy it. He pulled up well, and I expect a big run. I think it's quite an ask. I see a lot of the Joburg horses ran a week ago, and they've got to travel, so I think they got their work cut out because normally they dominate this day. Terry is always the trainer to beat on the Saturday. I just hope that the week break between races, it's going to help us have a chance.
Yeah, you love to put a spoke in Sean's wheel on this day, and you did that, in fact, last year. You prevented a Sean Tarry jackpot of Grade 1 victories at Hollywood Bet Scottsville when you saddled Miss Florida to win the Alan Robertson last year. She's back. She's running in the SA Fillies Sprint brought to us by The Witness, but one has to say, Justin, that the form since her Grade 1 victory as a 2-year-old has hardly been inspiring. Has she improved again now that she's back in KZN?
She has. Unfortunately for a 2-year-old, when you win a Group 1, you're pretty much, that's your career done. The racing's a lot weaker, and you carry that penalty for the rest of the year. So she ran as a 3-year-old with all the penalties and giving away to 4-year-olds. So this is the first time she's back at actually at some sort of race where she's getting weight from the older horses, whether it's a kilo or not. She's actually doing well. I know the 2 horses is a boat race between there's 2 horses in the race, and I think for the quartets and trifectas, when you're looking for the 3rd and 4th horse, don't give up.
Okay, so consider Miss Florida.
The draw might be a problem as well. The draws are Scottsville's based on draws, so we are drawn wide, which could be a big problem.
Okay, well, we'll obviously have to watch how the track is running. It's been pretty even, centre to inside, possibly slightly favoured, but we'll see how it goes on Saturday. But certainly, Miss Florida has done well in KZN and warrants inclusion in the trifectas, back end of trifectas and quartets. Now the big horse, Casimir, This is a grade 1 handicap. He's got top weight to shoulder. He's only ever been to Hollywood Bet Scottsville once in his career, never featured, but that was a very, very long time ago. Is he in a good space?
Look, he's doing very well. There's just very little options for him. So that's why we ran him in the drill hall. And then you'll run here, and then you'll run in the Group 1, I think, on Gold Cup Day in August. So this is just to tick him over at the weight. He's got to give the field many kilos, but he is a class horse, and we're hoping for a positive run. But it is a handicap, and obviously it's going to be very hard for him.
And then finally, Justin, in the 10th and last race, you've got number 3, Winter is Over. A couple of poor runs. Is he ready to put those behind him?
I think, if you're going wide, don't leave him up. I've got a sneaky, especially for the quartets and trifectas. Last time he had no luck. He ran 3 wide the whole way around Scottsville. And as I said, draws for me are a major thing. And he's got a half-decent draw, and certainly something that just be careful. So, is it in the pick 6, race 10?
No, it's in the second jackpot. So it's the final leg of the second jackpot.
Okay, if you're going wide in the race, stick him in.
Okay, Justin, thank you very much as always for your time. You call it as it is, and it's always great to hear from you. And we trust you have a great day at Hollywood Bet Scottsville.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Graham. Cheers.